A very good morning to all of you. You're watching Breakfast News. My name is Aditi Nakwal Girotra. Let's get the news rolling with the headlines first. Prime Minister Narendra Modi asks people to share technology-driven solutions for coronavirus. Centre declares countrywide lockdown of schools, colleges, cinema halls, gyms. Avoid non-essential travel. Coronavirus pandemic sends countries into lockdown as worldwide death toll crosses 7,000. 359 deaths reported in Italy in a single day. Germany, France impose stringent new measures. Sharp rise in cases in Africa. US begins clinical trial of investigational vaccine for coronavirus. Discussion on functioning of Railways Ministry to continue in Rajya Sabha. National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill and National Commission for Homeopathy Bill in Upper House's agenda. Companies Amendment Bill 2020 to be introduced in Lok Sabha. Congress government in Madhya Pradesh asked by governor to prove majority by today. CM Kamal Nath says he has the numbers. BJP's petition seeking direction to MP government to undertake floor test to be heard by Supreme Court today. PM Modi to send video message for celebration in Bangladesh marking Mujibur Rahman's birth anniversary. Events commemorating the country's founder scaled down over coronavirus infection. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has assured the people that various authorities are working in sync at different levels to ensure that the novel coronavirus does not spread through the country. He has also asked people to share technology-driven solutions for COVID-19. He urged people to share their ideas on MyGov India Twitter handle. He said that these efforts can help many fight coronavirus. In a series of tweets, Modi assured that no stone is being left unturned to ensure people remain healthy. The Prime Minister said doctors, nurses and healthcare workers are putting great efforts to fight COVID-19 and this contribution will be cherished always. He stressed that it is being ensured that everyone is healthy and those showing symptoms get proper care. The Prime Minister stated that it is a united response from everyone and this shows the strong spirit of the nation in such situations. With the number of coronavirus cases in India touching 125, the centre on Monday declared a countrywide lockdown of schools, colleges, gyms and swimming pools. The order is for closure of crowded areas that would allow for exponential spread of the virus. After a meeting of the group of ministers which reviewed the situation on Monday, the government also advised that people avoid non-essential travel and employees of private companies work from home. The famous Siddhivinayak temple in Mumbai will remain indefinitely shut to devotees starting Monday evening. All ASI protected monuments, central museums across India to be shut till 31st March. From Tuesday, the iconic Taj Mahal will remain closed to visitors. The Mahananda Wildlife Sanctuary, Central Wildlife Sanctuary and Singalila National Park will also be shut. The Delhi government announced a series of restrictions which includes a ban on gatherings of 50 and more people. Also, all autos and taxis will be disinfected for free. Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal said, adding that hand sanitizers would be placed at maximum places in the city, including shopping malls. And now let's connect with our news correspondent Anu Diwan for more updates. Anu, it is being said that next 2 weeks are going to be very crucial for India. It's a critical stage. The disease might spread exponentially like it happened in Italy. What's your take on it?
Definitely, Aditi, what we are seeing today after the numbers have been updated by the Ministry of Home and Family Welfare, the number has risen to 125. Means 125 cases of coronavirus has been detected in India on in today's date, till date we can say, but the number of maximum cases we are seeing in the list is of Maharashtra with 36 number of cases. and the numbers have increased into the foreign national, which were earlier to be 17 and now risen to 17 cases. But till now, only 13 people have been cured with coronavirus. Seeing the critical situation as the next 2 weeks may be critical, because the government has already said that it needs to be critical and we need to prepare but not panic. For that, Government of India has made many initiatives, and Prime Minister Narendra Modi has already invited ideas from the public based on the information technology, that how can we fight from the coronavirus situation. Has asked people to come forward and share their ideas to join hands in fighting this coronavirus situation. And other initiatives which the government has done is has banned all the pilgrims and the places where large number of people used to gather, like at the gurdwaras, mandirs, temples and other different places have been banned by the government, so that so that a large gathering or the crowd gathering does not happen and we can stop the spread of coronavirus in the country. And
Thank
in
you
Delhi,
so
if we
much,
speak
Anu.
about, all gyms and nightclubs and even the weekly markets have been shut down.
Thank you so much, Anu, for all that information. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will participate in the birth centenary celebrations of Sheikh Mujibur Rahman in Bangladesh today via video link. The Prime Minister's office confirmed on Monday. The year-long celebrations were scheduled to open amid massive festivities in Dhaka on 17th March and was expected to be attended by several foreign dignitaries. However, due to the coronavirus outbreak, the event will be held without any public gatherings now. Sheikh Mujibur Rahman served as the first president of Bangladesh and later as a prime minister from 17th April 1971 until his assassination on 15th August 1975. His daughter Sheikh Hasina is the current prime minister of Bangladesh. The Ministry of External Affairs has launched helplines for those seeking assistance amid coronavirus outbreak. The MEA has been pulling out all the stops to ensure the safety of Indians abroad and has set up a special cell to coordinate on issues related with the response to the pandemic that has claimed more than 5,000 lives worldwide. India's helplines for COVID-19 Control Center are open, and those numbers are Control Room 1800 118 797, that is toll free, and another number 9111 2301 2113. Another number 9111 2301 4104. And another number 9111 2301 7905.
Of the MEA COVID control room, which has now become operational 24/7, the details of which have been intimated to all of you. And the function of the control room is to respond to the concerns of all Indians within the country and also from abroad. So this will be operational 24/7, and our officers are there to tackle any issue that will come in course of time.
The novel coronavirus has infected more than 174,000 people and killed over 7,100 worldwide. Several countries have put their citizens under partial or total lockdown amid the growing spread of coronavirus around the world. In Europe, Germany and France have imposed stringent new measures to limit social contact. French President Emmanuel Macron announced an enforced lockdown, a step similar to curbs imposed by Italy and Spain. Also, European Union's external borders would be closed to travelers from Tuesday. Spain will also start controls at land borders at midnight on Monday, and only Spanish citizens, residents, and special cases will be allowed in the country. Italy is the worst affected nation outside China. It reported 3,349 new deaths from the novel coronavirus on Monday, taking its total to 2,158. In the US, President Trump said Americans should not gather in groups of more than 10 people as the country's cases passed 4,400 with at least 86 fatalities. The president says the nationwide coronavirus emergency could last until the end of the summer or even longer. At least 40 US states have declared an emergency over the virus, and 29 states are shutting schools. Meanwhile, the US has begun the phase 1 clinical trial of an investigational vaccine for coronavirus. The open-label trial will enroll 45 healthy adult volunteers aged 18 to 55 years over approximately 6 weeks. Iran, which has the third highest number of confirmed cases globally, on Monday reported 129 more deaths, its highest tally in a single day. Health Ministry has urged people not to travel outside their province. The fourth most affected nation is South Korea, which reported a slowdown in new infections, with President Moon Jae-in saying he was increasingly confident of overcoming the virus. However, there has been a sharp rise in coronavirus cases in Africa. Strict measures are being introduced in many of the 26 countries affected, with schools and borders closing in several parts of Africa. The number of confirmed cases and deaths outside China has now surpassed the number inside. More than 87,000 people have been infected outside China, while just over 80,000 cases have been reported inside. With this, we'll slip into a short break, but we'll be back soon. Stay tuned with us.
A walkthrough into the narrative of Indian heritage, an enlightening experience of our culture, an interactive museum with an array of parliamentary records. Come and spend some time in the Parliament Museum. Story of Indian democratic heritage.
Welcome back. You're still with us on Breakfast News. A look at the legislative business in the upper house today. Union Minister Shripad Yesso Naik will move the National Commission for Indian System of Medicine Bill 2019 for consideration and passing. The bill aims to provide for a medical education system that improves access to quality and affordable medical education and promote equitable and universal healthcare that makes medical services accessible to all citizens. Union Minister Shripad Yesso Naik will move the National Commission for Homeopathic Bill 2019, aimed to ensure availability of adequate and high-quality homeopathy medical professionals for consideration and passing. The House is slated to continue discussion on the working of the Ministry of Railways, raised by Derek O'Brien on 16th of March. DMK MP Tiruchi Siva will move a discussion on the working of the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. Discussion on working of Ministry of Law and Justice to be raised by BJP MP Bhupinder Yadav, and discussion on the working of Ministries of Rural Development and Agriculture and Farmers Welfare to be moved by Congress MP Pratap Singh Bajwa. And now let's take a look at the legislative business in Lok Sabha. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman will introduce the company's Amendment Bill 2020. Union Minister Hardeep Singh Puri will move the Aircraft Amendment Bill 2020 for consideration and passing. Union Minister Harshvardhan to move the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020 for consideration and passing. Nirmala Sitharaman to present a statement showing the supplementary demands for grants for the state of Jammu and Kashmir for 2019-20 and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for 2019-20. She will also present a statement showing demands for grants in respect of the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir for the year 2020-21. She will also present a statement showing the demands for grants in respect of the Union Territory of Ladakh for 2019-20. And let's talk to our news correspondent Kriti for more information. Kriti, proceedings have been going very smoothly at both the houses. Tell us what's the plan going to be like today in both the houses?
Well, Aditi, before we talk about the legislative agenda of Parliament, let's give a quick update on coronavirus from Parliament to our viewers. So on all the entry gates in Parliament, there's thermal screening now, and also the issuance of visitors' pass. That has been halted temporarily, and of course we've been seeing how members cutting across party lines have been voicing concern over coronavirus outbreak. Now, talking about the legislative agenda, very importantly, the two houses would discuss the budget of Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, after abrogation of Article 370, Jammu and Kashmir was reorganized into UT of Jammu and Kashmir and UT of Ladakh. And in the budget 2020, Finance Minister had allocated around 30,000 crore rupees for Jammu and Kashmir and around 6,000 crore rupees for Ladakh. So that would be a very important discussion that would be taking place in both houses of Parliament. And talking about Rajya Sabha, so there are important bills that would be taken up, including the discussion on Ministry of Railways and other ministries, including the Ministry of MSME, Law and Justice, Rural Development and Agriculture as well. But in the Lok Sabha, a very important bill would be presented and introduced today, which is the Companies Amendment Bill. Remember, out of the 66 compoundable offences, 23 would be recategorized so that in-house adjudication is possible, and also 7 would be omitted, and 11, in cases of 11, the punishment would be limited, and right from imprisonment, it will be reduced to fines only. So that is a very important bill for ensuring ease of doing business in India, and also the Aircraft Amendment Bill, as well as the Termination of Pregnancy Bill that would be taken up in the Lok Sabha. So important legislative agenda in both houses of Parliament today. Aditi?
Right. Thank you so much, Kriti, for all that information. Rajya Sabha on Monday passed a bill to upgrade 3 deemed Sanskrit universities into central universities with a few amendments. The Central Sanskrit Universities Bill 2019 was passed by voice vote in Rajya Sabha. Earlier, the bill was passed by Lok Sabha. Replying to the discussion, HRD Minister Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank said, Sanskrit literature is the biggest treasure and legacy of India, having a unique identity itself. He said, we are committed to strengthening all Indian languages.
कि सब सदस्यों ने एक मत से संस्कृत का इस विश्वविद्यालयों का समर्थन किया है, और जिन्होंने भाषा में कहा है, श्रीमान हमारे लिए सभी भारतीय भाषाएं श्रेष्ठ हैं। जब भारतीय भाषाएं समृद्ध नहीं होंगी तो हमारा कुछ भी समृद्ध नहीं हो सकता। ये सरकार सभी भारतीय भाषाओं के प्रति संकल्पबद्ध है।
Initiating the discussion, Jairam Ramesh of Congress demanded that the government should allocate more funds for promoting other classical languages. Leaders cutting across party line took part in the discussion. Since Rajya Sabha has passed the bill with amendments, now it would go to Lok Sabha again.
Why should the minister be the chancellor of this central university? Why can't he find a distinguished Sanskrit scholar to be the chancellor? Divest your resources so that these universities can be run independently and professionally.
संस्कृत के लिए जब विश्वविद्यालय खोल रहे हैं तो शुरू में जो अपॉइंटमेंट होते हैं तो उसकी पहली श्रेणी लेक्चरर की होती है, उसके बाद एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर, असिस्टेंट प्रोफेसर, प्रोफेसर की होती है। आपने उसमें कोई लेक्चरर के प्रोविज़न नहीं किया है।
Chief Minister, Honorable Chief Minister Edappadi Palaniswamy is taking all appropriate steps to protect the interests of the Tamil people and the language of Tamil. So once again, I request the Honorable HRD Minister to visit Tanjavur, especially Saraswati Mahal Library. The richness of that library can be made known only by visit.
संस्कृतं सदा प्रासंगिक भविष्यति। संस्कृतं केवलं अध्ययनं न अपितु उच्चतर गवेषणापि करणीयम्।
Please conclude now.
तेन भारतस्य विकासः भविष्यति।
And I am happy that 3 of such universities are going to be deemed universities, are going to be transformed as regular universities under the Ministry of Human Resource Development.
The Lok Sabha on Monday passed the Appropriation Bill 2020-21 by voice vote. The Appropriation Bill was passed after the demands of grants from Ministries of Tourism, Railways and Social Justice and Empowerment were approved. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman had moved the bill that authorizes the government to draw over rupees 110 lakh crore from the Consolidated Fund of India for its working as well as implementation of its programs and schemes. Earlier in the day, Lok Sabha had voted on the demands
कि आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री जी के पिछले 5 वर्षों की जो रोड मैप है पर्यटन को लेकर, उस पर उंगली नहीं उठाई जा सकती। और उसका परिणाम है कि भारत में 2019 में 10.89 मिलियन विदेशी पर्यटक आए और 2,10,981 करोड़ की विदेशी मुद्रा प्राप्त हुई। और जो घरेलू पर्यटक थे वो 1854.9 मिलियन उनकी संख्या थी।
Earlier in the day, Lok Sabha had voted on the demands for grants of the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. It had voted on the demands for grants of Railway Ministry on Friday. Demands for grants are estimates of ministries about their expenditure for the fiscal year.
दिव्यांगों की पहचान के लिए जो पहले परिचय पत्र बनते थे वो केवल जिला लेवल पर बनते थे और वो उस जिले से बाहर नहीं चलता था। मान लो एक जिले में बना है और वो पास वाले जिले में कोई सुविधा मिल रही है, चिकित्सा सुविधा या और कोई सुविधा वहां जाता है तो उसको मान्य नहीं करते। अब हम ऐसे आइडेंटिटी कार्ड बना रहे हैं जो कहीं भी बना हो, सारे देश में मान्य होगा और देश भर में भारत सरकार की या राज्य सरकार की जो भी योजनाएं, उन सब योजनाओं का लाभ उन दिव्यांगों को मिलेगा। इस प्रकार की, और अभी तक लगभग 39 लाख दिव्यांगों को ये आइडेंटिटी कार्ड बना करके हमने उपलब्ध करा दिए हैं। सारे देश में तेज गति से दिव्यांगों के परिचय पत्र बनाने का काम चल रहा है।
Former Chief Justice Ranjan Gogoi has been nominated to the Rajya Sabha. A notification announcing his nomination to the upper house was issued by the Ministry of Home Affairs on Monday night. Gogoi has headed benches that pronounced several key judgments, including the sensitive Ayodhya land dispute case, Rafale fighter jet deal, and entry of women in Sabrimala temple. The vacancy was created due to retirement of KTS Tulsi. 65-year-old Ranjan Gogoi retired as CJI in November last year after a tenure of a little over 13 months. Political crisis continues in Madhya Pradesh, with Governor Lalji Tandon directing Chief Minister Kamal Nath to hold a floor test on Tuesday. In a letter to the Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister, Governor Lalji Tandon said that failure to hold a floor test will mean the Chief Minister does not enjoy a majority in the House. The letter came after the Speaker adjourned the Assembly till 26th March in the wake of coronavirus crisis, putting the floor test on hold. The BJP on Monday filed an appeal with the Supreme Court, which the Apex Court will hear today. The BJP also went to the Raj Bhavan and submitted letters of support from its 106 MLAs after the Assembly was adjourned.
मुख्यमंत्री बच रहे हैं क्योंकि वो जानते हैं कि ये सरकार अब अल्पमत की सरकार है और इसलिए राज्यपाल महोदय के आदेश का पालन नहीं किया, निर्देश का पालन नहीं किया और सरकार रणछोड़ दास बन गई। कांग्रेस के केवल 92 विधायक बचे। भारतीय जनता पार्टी के 106 यहां सशरीर आए हैं। और यह बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है कि बहुमत अब भारतीय जनता पार्टी का है और इसलिए महामहिम राज्यपाल महोदय से हमने ये निवेदन किया है, उनके सामने हमने परेड की है, ये बहुमत देख लीजिए।
However, late last night, Kamal Nath met Governor Lalji Tandon. After the meeting, he claimed that his government enjoys majority and ruled out holding a floor test in the Assembly as demanded by the BJP. He also dared the opposition to move a no-confidence motion.
देखिए, कोई कुछ भी कहे, साफ बात, स्पष्ट बात यह है कि आज हमारी सरकार की बहुमत है। अगर कोई आरोप लगाते हैं कि हमारे सरकार के पास बहुमत नहीं है, वो ऐसे विधानसभा के फ्लोर पर सिद्ध करें, अविश्वास प्रस्ताव लाएं।
And now let's take a look at the news pertaining to climate and weather change. The European Union has adopted a new economy action plan to achieve climate neutrality by 2050 and with the intention of halving municipal waste by 2030. EU is working to make sustainable products the norm. It will propose legislation on sustainable product policy to ensure that products placed on the EU market are designed to last longer, are easier to reuse, repair and recycle, and incorporate as much recycled material as possible instead of primary raw material. Focus will be to avoid waste altogether and on transforming it into high-quality secondary resource. And with this, it's a wrap on this edition of Breakfast News. Thank you so much for watching.